before you get to Super Bowl, you got the championship games, NFC Championship, AFC Championship game. Mikey said it in the local, and I agree with him. Championship Sunday low key be better than the Super Bowl a lot of times. Like just the atmosphere, last home games for both teams. But we got NFC. Let's start with the NFC Championship game.
Oh boy.
NFC East matchup. I know the Giants fan, you don't like this matchup. You got
not only do I not like it, I hate it.
This is nasty.
It's Op Alert. Yeah, the Op Bowl.
Because I gotta pick one.
Right.
I got to.
It's Op Bowl right here. That's like if the Lions and the Packers met in the NFC Championship game. I would vomit. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we thought was gonna happen this year. We was nervous. We can't lie. We was nervous.
We was more close last year than we were this year.
I'm torn, but I think I've made a decision on who I would rather see in the Super Bowl.
We're gonna get to the picks in just a minute, but let's talk about the storyline. And this storyline right here actually has nothing to do with the game, but it's actually hilarious. Did y'all see the clip from Jaden Daniels' mama about her protecting Jaden from the scallywags out here? That is from a documentary that actually came out months ago. It's based on the NIL, LSU being one of the first big NIL schools. It's based on four athletes. It's Jaden Daniels, Angel Reese, one of the actually it's three of them, and the track, the track runner they had out there. Yeah, so she was like, "Oh, I'm protecting them from them," and I feel her. She's doing what mothers can do, but it's like what Killer Cam said on "It Is What It Is" this morning. If he wants one of them scallywags, it just is what it is. No, you know what I'm saying? Moms can't stop him from falling in the trap. It's just what happened. It is. I respect moms for saying that. She's doing what she got to do, trying to protect her son. But in the day, Jaden, a grown man.
There's too many nice feet out there, man. I'm telling you that right now. There's only so many times you can look over them white toes and you're like, damn.
Exactly. There's only many no's you're going to get. And we don't know what it was like for him. And Kyle's, I'm pretty sure he was starting quarterback. I'm pretty sure they're picking a litter at LSU. But that NFL pressure is a different thing. So that was just a funny story to me right there. Yeah. But storylines right here, the Eagles trying to get back to the Super Bowl for the second time in 3 years. They lost in overtime to the Kansas City Chiefs 2 years ago in a game that Jalen Hurts played the best. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes. If they would have won that game, he would have been the Super Bowl MVP. They're trying to get back there. Saquon Barkley. Like, if this wasn't a quarterback award, which I hate that's just a quarterback award, he would be my MVP choice. And I never got to ask you this. How do you feel watching Saquon as a Giants fan?
I mean, the thing is, he's doing things that we knew he could do. Like, he really broke a record like his rookie year with us. And you know what I'm saying? Like, we just never really had a stable enough team to make a weapon work for us like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, the one thing that I will say that like bothered me about the whole thing is not him or his decision or any of that. Like, that's cool, whatever. You know, he said he always wanted to be a Giant and all this shit. And it's like, bro, you didn't. You wanted to leave. It's cool. It's fine. It's no problem. But the people acting like, oh, like now we get to see what Saquon can really, like, bro, we knew he could play. We knew he could hoop. It's not like he was wasting away on our bench begging for playing time and we just wouldn't play him. And like now he's in Philadelphia and it's like, we finally get to see what he can do. Like, come on, bro. No, you put him with a team that has great offensive line play. They have, I mean, there's nothing bad you can say about him, really. It's plug and play. You put a great running back into a team that's, you know, loaded already. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get NFC Championship, possibly Super Bowl. So, you know, I don't really like. I don't know. I didn't like the Eagles anyway. It's not like I was planning on liking them this season.
Right. It's not like it changed your hate.
I'm like rats. Like
right. I just think there's been a lot of things with these two NFC East teams, which because now I don't have any. Do y'all be watching Chris Canty like? Chris Canty is the absolute
he's a joke, bro.
Example of just because you played the game,
I'm glad you said it, Dante.
You know what I'm talking about. Because he be saying some stupid shit on that show. Said the Bears drafted Sam Bowie twice. Nigga, shut up. Like the thing that annoys me, and that's the other storyline here with Jaden. Jaden Daniels possibly having maybe the best rookie season in NFL history for a quarterback. This is their first NFC Championship game since 1991. They haven't been to the Super Bowl. I think they went to Super Bowl 90, but they actually won in 91, if I'm not mistaken. So you have that. They got their first playoff win since 2005, and they've been building off that. But I'm sick and tired of people saying, "Oh, Caleb saying Bowie." If you people act like he was Zach Wilson and shit. Like, yes, he was up and down. I was at all the games. I know what he was. He threw for 20 touchdowns, 3,500 yards. Didn't even have 5 interceptions. So I just hate this notion he needs to be quote unquote fixed. He needs to be worked on. Obviously, he needs to grow and get better. But I don't like that narrative. But everything to me. I don't want to say that the Commanders are playing with house money, because once you get to this point, you want to win. You know what I'm saying? And like you just said, Mariano, you don't know how long your window will be.
You never know.
You can't say that, oh, they'll be right back here next year. You don't know that. You 100% don't know that, man. So those are two storylines here to me. Dante, what stands out to you out of the storylines involved in this game?
I mean, it's really Jaden Daniels for me. Like everything he's doing as a rookie. In this moment, really embracing the big moments. I know we saw it during the regular season, and we had to tip our cap to it. I know Scott was calling it a lot of lucky shit, and he throwing screen passes and shit like that. But I had to really take a step back and look at it, and it's like
I was hating.
Everything he's accomplished as a rookie. I mean, we still scoring from the Hail Mary. Like I'm gonna let it go now, but I mean, everything he's done as a rookie has been dope. And coming into the season with, I'm not saying he was overlooked, but outside of Dan Orlovsky, let's be real, it was nobody saying, "Oh man, the Bears should take Jaden over Caleb." Dan Orlovsky was the only one who said that and stood on it. So for the most part, being just a foregone conclusion at the second pick, some people, wondering whether it would be him or Drake, and him going into DC with that new ownership group and just trying to bring a new energy to the city, and they did that. And so everything he's done, I think for me, this is really a dope story. And, we all know the history with Doug Williams. If they could get back to the Super Bowl with a black quarterback, that's something I think that would be fire. As far as Saquon, I think the Saquon story is just going to be hilarious. As long as they allow that footage from Hard Knocks to still be out there. And it looks even worse when the icing on the cake was his son saying straight up for Jaden Daniels, Dad. Yeah. Because now you don't have Saquon or Daniel Jones. So it's like, damn, you might be the dumbest person in your house. So, that's just an insane situation. Especially because we knew what Saquon was. The year they paid Daniel Jones, Saquon was, I want to say 70% of the offense or something silly.
Yeah. So
it's like you knew the talent was there. And this, I ain't gonna lie, Saquon, hold on.
You good?
I said I was gonna stop slandering this man, but I got to. Saquon being there is taking the heat off that IG model up there. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Listen. Hey, listen. Speak,
the boy
brother.
Playing quarterback.
Speak.
The boy playing quarterback. Let's talk about it.
If you got a hat to pass around right now, pass it around my way twice.
Bro, you got your wide receiver over there reading books and shit. And he, I read this all the time. Stop.
Eagles fans got a lot of nerve when the Chargers lost. When the Chargers lost to the Texans, niggas like, y'all got the nerve to compare Justin Herbert to Jalen Hurts. Yeah, I still do today. Like, what are we talking about?
And that would be disrespectful to Justin Herbert. So
that's exactly. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I would, if I was an Eagle fan, I'd run a kid over to have Justin Herbert over Jalen Hurts. Like, what are we talking about? But you're right, Dante. Go ahead.
Yeah, but no, that's really it. Those are my two really big storylines. I think with Saquon, the season he had, I hate that he didn't go get the record, but I get it. I just hope, sitting out that one game, you better have a hell of a NFC Championship and Super Bowl. You feel me? So just make it worth it. So that's what I want to see. But I can't hate on Jaden. I think, coming in year one, especially the way he left Arizona State and everybody trashing his locker, acting like, he's trash anyway. For him to finally have the last laugh, I win the Heisman, and then I come to the league and I'm damn near on the verge of going to the Super Bowl my rookie year. Like that I like stories like that. So those are my two big storylines, but I'm really more so concerned with what the Commanders do.
Mariano, what storylines stick out to you for this Op Bowl for you?
So here's the thing. Saquon, obviously, like you said, the hard knock footage is going to make whatever he does. Like every time he ran the ball, every rushing attempt, somebody put that clip out, right? So obviously you got that. He leaves the Giants, goes to Philly. They get, back to the Super Bowl. His first Super Bowl appearance is cool. I think for me, overwhelmingly, it's Jaden Daniels because We're looking at a Washington team that has been, the butt of every joke, from the name change to ownership to, who's going to be the quarterback. And, it was just a lot of just like a clown show, and they've been like kind of a joke for a long time, even as bad as we've been. It's always been like, yeah, but we ain't them. And now It's flipped around where it's like, yeah, Washington is like really a team to look out for. They're a team that's building and going in the right direction. And they weren't necessarily seen as a quarterback away, but they got the right quarterback, and now everything looks like it's just, fired. Like it just works. Everything is working. I think that this would be a good, not good. It's tough for me to give compliments to these teams, man. It's tough, but so where I was a little while back when I saw the matchup get set up and everything, was like, I can't decide if I want to see Jalen Hurts get back to the Super Bowl with Saquon this time and then lose, or if I want to see Jaden Daniels get to the Super Bowl and lose. I think I prefer Jaden Daniels get to the Super Bowl and lose. Both of these scenarios end with one of those teams losing for me. Like, by the way, let's be all the way.
Yeah, I think the
title is going to be in the AFC. Period. Doesn't matter. But I think if I had to pick one, it would be Washington, because I just don't. I don't like the Eagles. I just don't.
I said about Philadelphia.
It's not that I'm a fan of Washington or anything like that, but it's just like, it'd be the better storyline. It would probably help me sleep better. You know what I'm saying? If they go, because I know that either team is going to lose. I just don't want the Eagles to make it. That's all. Yeah. I don't want the Eagles to be successful.
I was say Magic got the Midas touch, bro. So any team that Magic touch, bro, it's tough to against them.
Hey, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, that nigga put holy water on the Dodgers, nigga. Like
I was gonna say it was a terrible way we could take that, but we're not gonna do it.
Yeah. Oh, the lane was clear. I had about 4 jokes. I decided.
No, for sure, bro. Like it's.
I'm getting too close.
We love Magic, man.
Look, I'm getting too close to success. Be making Magic Johnson jokes. I'm sorry.
For sure, yeah. That's why as soon as I saw it, I had to let that one sail out of bounds. Like, yeah, I ain't gonna.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna be the one to. You know what I'm saying? But
and Philadelphia fans are assholes, like all of them. Like,
for sure, bro.
It don't matter what sport. Like they're annoying. But here's some of the X factors to me for this game for both teams. If you're the Commanders and you're trying to win this game, I think you need to shut that running game down. I know that's going to be a tough feat, especially for that defense that I think has been more opportunistic more than actual good. They got some old heads over there. You got Bobby Wagner. You got some I won't say no name guys, but guys who probably don't have the biggest names in the NFL. You got Jonathan Allen, who's been there for years and is finally being able to play on a good team. They can find a way to slow down Saquon and slow down Jalen Hurts with the legs. Make Jalen beat you with your arm. To me, that's the best way for them to win this football game, is being able to do that. If Saquon gets loose, that lets Jalen get loose. And the thing about Jalen that keeps Eagles fans talking the way that he talks is they never lose the game because of Jalen. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is like a better version of a game manager. And I say better version because when it comes down to it, he can still make the throws. It's just not as consistent as you would want it to be. So I feel like that would be the key for them. And also Jaden Daniels doing what Jaden Daniels been doing. Keep doing the things you've been doing all season. It doesn't look like his confidence is shaking. Doesn't look like he is smelling himself too much. He looks cool, calm, and collected out there. And I think those are the best right there. For the Eagles, their defense, number 1 defense in the league this year. Shout out to Vic Fangio. He's done a tremendous job with that defense. Pass rush has been good. The secondary has been good. They need to keep Jaden Daniels in the pocket. If they can keep Jaden in the pocket, you give yourself a better chance to win this game. What we saw in these last 2 playoff games against Detroit, against Tampa, is what has killed both teams on third down is when all the wide receivers were locked up, that you let Jaden go run and get a first down and keep the drive going. Keep that man in the pocket, and you can just give yourself the best chance to win. And I'm going to use a Matt Nagy quote, but just be you. If the Eagles beat them, I see no reason why they shouldn't win this game by at least 10 points, in my personal opinion. Dante, what are some X factors for you for both teams to be able to win this game?
The X factor for me is Cliff Kingsbury and him getting Jaden into a rhythm early. If they're able to do that, we know how that Eagles front four is and the way they're able to disrupt things. If they're able to get Jaden into a rhythm earlier, using the RPOs, getting his legs moving, but also moving the ball down the field, that could be trouble for Philadelphia. Because we've seen Washington put up a lot of points, like on a lot of different teams. Even against the Bears, they only scored, the 13 or 14, 15, whatever it was, but they were moving the ball all over the field all night. Like, that's one thing that team can do. So getting them into a rhythm early, I think Austin Eckler is going to be an X factor because you got to be able to run the ball. If they can, keep Jalen Carter in that defensive line on their heels and not just having their ears pinned back coming at the rookie. So you got to be able to establish that run game. I think those are really the X factors for Washington if they want to win this game. The Eagles, is Saquon gonna have to be Superman, or is he gonna get some help? I mean, that's the question you got to ask. I mean, we know he has the ability to do it, but at the end of the day, there are a lot of quality pieces on that offense. I think Dante Smith, we don't talk about him enough, but I think he's one of the best receivers in the league, but he is just not getting the rock right now. So it's one of those things where everybody was real happy when Jalen came to the podium with that Kango on and said that's what y'all wanted to see, and we haven't seen it since.
And then nigga made one deep pass and started talking like he was Patrick Mahomes, nigga.
He hopped in that bitch like Willie Beeman, but no, it's we haven't seen it since. So it's like I want to know which Philadelphia offense is going to show up. You've been able to make it through the playoffs, even though I feel like that last game would have been a different game if it's not snowing. The snow definitely helped them out there personally, but I think what Philadelphia team are we going to see, and that's going to determine what they do. We'll get to our picks in a second, but I think those are the two X factors. Well, those are my X factors for both teams.
Yeah.
Mark, what's your X factors?
So it's funny that you mentioned Devontae Smith because I feel like that's probably going to be the biggest X factor for Philly because, like, if you get Devontae Smith involved, he's different. Like, he's, like you said, he's one of the best in the league. I think if you get him involved early, it's going to open up a lot of things, like, offensively, because it's like, damn, okay, we wasn't ready for this dude to actually play quarterback today. Okay, so, like, now what? So now you dropping back and, like, you open everything up for Saquon. I feel like if they go to Devontae Smith early and, keep feeding him, shit could get ugly, like, very quick. I think he's that dynamic of a player. For Washington, my only question mark is just the coaching. Like, are y'all going to coach Jaden out of this game, or y'all going to rely, lean into the things that make him great? And as long as his coaches don't, stun him in this game, then I think, like, they should be fine. So it's Jaden Daniels for Washington because he's the one that makes everything go. But like I said, for me, it's Devontae Smith for sure for Philly because I just don't. I feel like if you don't get him involved, then, like, you kind of become one-dimensional a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, AJ Brown can do what he does, but if you do not get Devontae Smith involved, it's going to be tough. That shit is going to be super tough.
I agree. Devontae definitely has to get involved. They're just way more explosive when he's out there, man. Time for picks, game picks, man. I thought about this all week. This was the hardest pick. My AFC pick really wasn't hard at all. We'll get to that in a minute. But my NFC pick was hard. Because I do see a world where the Commanders could win this game. But I'm gonna take the vets. I'm gonna take the Eagles. Stay at the crib. They're at Lincoln Financial Field. They have the better defense. They have the more polished offense. And I just feel like, they are kind of in the same position that the Niners were last year. They're going to try to get some get back for 2 years ago. And they've been, last year they had a fall off year after losing both of their coordinators. I just think as long as they play their game, they should win. Now, Jaden Daniels, from everything we've seen this year, and especially the playoffs, if he's on, you can just throw whatever game plan you had out the window. So it's gonna take the defense more than anything. But I'm gonna take the Eagles. I'm gonna say they win this one 30-20. 30-20, I believe, will be the final score, and they will go on to the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Dante, who you got?
I'm going 27-17 Commanders.
Oh, okay. You got them, man. Mario, I know you said you would rather see the Commanders lose. So are you picking them?
I would rather see the Commanders go, but I feel like if you were asking me to bet my own money on it, I would probably take the Eagles. I'm just gonna trust the team that's, like, been there, You know what I mean? Been there, done that kind of thing. So I'll say it's going to be like a 28-22 kind of game.
And I just want to say this for Commanders fans who obviously I've not been their favorite this year. Commanders Reddit has not been a fan of this show. They've not been a fan. I will say this. I say this from experience. I don't give a damn how fun the season is. There's nothing like when that loss hits in the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl. No matter how fun this year was, if they lose this game or in 2 weeks, you ain't gonna be sleeping for some months, my nigga. Like we coming up on the 18th anniversary since the Bears lost the Super Bowl, and I still ain't over. I was 18 when they lost that game. I'm a 36-year-old tax-paying grown man, and I still see Kelvin Hayden intercepting Rex Grossman in that rain in my sleep. Okay, damn, I know everybody likes the Devin Hester kick. I'm the only nigga that hates that kick, and I say that because that 2 minutes was the peak of my Bears fandom, and that night was the worst night of my Bears fandom.
Oh, yeah,
the worst night. So I don't have the same joy when I see that kick, and it grinds my gears when I see 06 Bears talking like they won a Super Bowl. Like stop talking, nigga. Like you didn't win anything. So I just say that to Commanders fans.
Scott, you know what you was like this season, man? It was like when Day was like, I bet he don't get it. I bet he don't get it. He don't get it.
That's the me with the Commanders on you.
I was seeing the tweets and I was like, you know what? I understand why Scott is doing this because I was like that with Eli and Phillip Rivers. Like they connected, you know what I'm saying? Like by narratives or by just the storyline or whatever. And now Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels are forever. They're going to be forever. Because like it's Trey and Luka. It's the same kind of, even though they aren't traded for each other, but it's like, okay, the way that they panned out 1 and 2, like this is just the way it's going to go. This is the natural progression of things. And I was sitting back looking at the tweets and I said, that's what it is. This is what it is. I get it.
It's up forever. We played them again this year. And I don't understand why these games are always in DC. It's the 3rd year in a row. Like,
that's crazy.
Like FedEx Field is the worst field in football. So Soldier Field stinks, but FedEx Field makes Soldier Field look like SoFi. Like
that's crazy.
They elevators stop working at 9 p.m. Like it's just not good. Yeah, it stinks out there. Like for real.
That's tough.
But that's who we got, man. So let's go on to the AFC Championship. This is the main event right here. Like for everybody who was fake rooting for the Texans last week, I know y'all hate Pat, but cut the crap. We all knew that it had to come down to go through Pat, whether it's Josh or whether it's Lamar. In the words of the legendary Ric Flair, if you want to beat a man, woo, you got to beat the man. It had to go through. Either we was going to get a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game or we was going to get Josh and Pat. And we got Josh and Pat for the 4th time. Now, Josh has a really good record against Pat in the regular season, which doesn't matter because we all know the Bulls whooped the big 3 ass in the regular season during the LeBron eras, the Hedo era. Come playoffs, didn't matter. During the playoffs, the Chiefs are 3-0 against the Bills and beat them last year in the divisional round on the road. I think the Chiefs, they missed the Bills missed a field goal, if I'm not mistaken. So storylines here, I think we all got the same storylines here. I don't even got to ask y'all because I think we're on the same page. 2 big storylines. One, are the Chiefs going to be the first team it's a 13-second show who the Chiefs gonna be? This is funny. Are they gonna be the first team in NFL history to three-peat? We've seen teams try. The Steel Curtain Steelers tried, didn't get it done. The 80s San Francisco 49ers tried. Not only did they not get it done, Joe Montana got killed by Lawrence Taylor in that game. He was never the same. Never the same man after that. The 90s Cowboys tried. To this day, Deion Sanders and Michael Irvin argue about whether that was pass interference on that final play that would have got them to the Super Bowl. And I think that the Cowboys inevitably would have done the same thing the Niners did, and that's watch the San Diego Chargers. Then you got the New England Patriots. The Denver Broncos tried. They didn't make the playoffs. The New England Patriots tried. They lost in the divisional round to the Denver Broncos. Now the Chiefs have already done something that the Patriots didn't do, and that's actually make it to the championship game. So that's the storyline for them. Storyline for the Bills is very simple. Can they be the first team to actually make the Super Bowl and get it done? We all know the story about the 90s Bills. There's a damn 30 for 30 up right now on ESPN Plus. It's one of the best 30 for 30s. They lost 4 Super Bowls in a row, and only one of them was close. Only one of them was close. They've been to Super Bowl. Whitney Houston did the national anthem. Michael Jackson performed. We know the Scott Norwood missed kick. They grabbed my helmet when Harry Connick Jr. was performing. Like, we've heard all the stories. Can Josh Allen put that all to bed and bring a championship back to Western New York for the first time? That's the tail of the tape right here, man. So the X factors, to me, there's only one X factor. Who's gonna be the big dog? Can Josh go to Arrowhead and beat that man in his house? That, by the way, only one person has done in the Patrick. Well, two people have done in the Patrick Mahomes era. Tom Brady and Josh Allen have come to Arrowhead and beat this man. It's the 7th AFC Championship game in a row. So the X factor is which quarterback is going to be better. Which running game is going to be able to be better? Is James Cook going to be able to have a good game? Is Joe Brady not going to get cute? Is the defense going to make sure you stop the Chiefs on those third downs? I know everybody's crying about the refs. I don't want to hear about the referees, because we got to stop acting like that the best players don't get calls. There was too many LeBron James fans I saw on my timeline complaining about Pat getting calls. I'm like, I know y'all ain't complaining about that. You look at LeBron, it's a foul. With anybody who's a great, you get the benefit of the doubt. So that, to me, is the X factor. Is there any X factors y'all had that I didn't name for this game? Dante, I'll go to you first.
No, that's all I got. That's really about Pat, bro. Is God on your side, nigga? Yes or no? That's it.
What about you, Mark?
Yeah, I feel like for Buffalo, it's probably going to be James Cook, because it's like, if it comes down to where you need to make plays out of the backfield in those short down situations, and 3rd and 2s and 2nd and 3s, and when it get really when you relying on the trenches, can we rely on you? Like, are you going? You've seen these moments do a lot of things to a lot of players, man. Dudes can't hold on to the ball. They start running, backwards, all this kind of shit. So, can you step up to the moment and be reliable? I know a lot of people aren't crazy about addition by subtraction and less is more and stuff like that, but I feel like with Josh this season, he's proven this is very much addition by subtraction. You take away a top weapon from him, right? A perceived top weapon from him, you kind of simplify the game for him, where he doesn't have to focus on okay, if I don't get him the ball, it's going to be an issue. Now he can just really play. So I understand what the history says, what the tape says, and I know that Pat, Courtney and I, we talked about this beginning of the season. Pat is going to three-peat until you show me otherwise. I think that this Bills team at this moment, it creates a little bit of they could do it. If somebody can do it, it could be them. And then for the Chiefs, it's just what Travis Kelce are we going to get? That's the X factor for me. Are you going to be the Travis Kelce that we see in spot moments where you can, get 100 yards and, on 8 catches and, get a touchdown with it and all that? Or are you going to disappear? Yeah. So it's James Cook for me for the Bills, and it's Travis Kelce for the Chiefs. But, we'll see. We'll see, man. Playoffs is different, though. It's different.
Playoffs is different, and it's hard to win it early, bro. It was if you look at any great play, it was hard to beat the Patriots in Gillette. It was hard to beat the Bulls at the United Center. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different thing, man. So game picks, man. I said this season, early this season, this was the Bills' best shot. I don't believe this is their best team, but this is their best shot. Josh Allen's playing the best ball of their career. His defense is aligned. The running game's been great. I think this is their chance. But like I said, I'm giving Pat the Tom Brady treatment. They might lose this game on Sunday. I can see a world where that happens. It won't be on my name. I'll tell you that much. If they lose, nigga. I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. I said all offseason, they're going to three-peat. I said it, and I'm going to stick on it. My preseason prediction was Chiefs-Lions, and the Chiefs win in the Super Bowl. The Lions ain't that thing, God. It don't matter who. This is the Super Bowl right here. It don't even matter who come out the NFC.
Facts.
This is the Super Bowl. The winner of this game will be hoisting the Lombardi Trophy at the Kendrick Lamar concert in 2 weeks. That's what they'll be doing. That is what they'll be doing, man. So I've got the Buffalo. I got the Kansas City Chiefs. I think it's going to be a very, very close one, though. Very, very close one. I think this one goes to overtime. I think we're going to get a classic. And I think the nigga who don't like women, who's the kicker, Harrison Butker. Yeah, he's going to kick. He's going to get a Trump kick up there. They're going to win. I'm going to say this is going to be a shootout. 34-31 Chiefs. That's where I'm going. Dante, what's your score and who you got?
I'm going to go 24. No, I don't. I'm going to go 27-20 Kansas City. I never vote against that light-skinned devil. I just can't do it. You know? Everything about everybody around him makes me sick. But I mean, Pat Mahomes is a very good football player. So at the end of the day, it's going to be Pat until proven otherwise. I'm going with the Chiefs.
So cool. Triple double hat trick, I know the code too. Ice trade, go for trade, yeah we cold too. Getting paper on these player haters, old news. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not